Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2017 with the Rude Man. We're back on a new map. It's one that Gino sent me, one of my subscribers. And it's called the Moris land. There it is right there. I don't know what that part is there, but it's the Moris land is the name of the map. And as you can see, it's got some distinctive features to it. The first one is this board that shows all your crops and everything. It just looks a little bit different than you've seen anywhere else. And so it's, you know, the product board. It's in German, so that means I can only read parts of it because I have played a lot of German maps, and so I know a little bit. I know Weizen is wheat, and Gerst is barley, and Rape is canola, on and on and on. But let's take a quick look at this. This, I tell you, I played on it a little bit today. Oh my gosh, this farmer's got a brand new Camaro. Whoa. He's pretty continental there. This is a quaint little map. It has a lot of little things about it that are just kind of cool. First thing is you can hear the noise that is made by the fans on the silos. And if you notice, your entrance to the silo is also a train entrance. That's pretty cool. Now, he's got some distinctive looking markers. For example, that little arrow right there is telling you something. And he's got those all over the place. They're just little things to point things out. Let's start by looking at the farm proper, and then I want to get into doing a little bit of farming. I really wanted to start farming. I kind of did. I started the first field. But I got excited. I was just going to play it for a few minutes and then go back to my other map. But I had so much kind of fun playing it that I decided, well, maybe I better record. I kind of like these glass buildings. They're kind of cool. So let's start on the farm proper and take a quick look. We'll head up to this end here because it's closer. You got, if you look at your map, you've got your animals. All on the main farm here, all your animals, and there's, like I said, there's just little details that you don't really find on other maps. Let me show you. Okay, so on this side of the barn, he intended for you to put your, see where I've got my header, right there. Well, if you go and look, there's an icon of a header there that tells you where to park them. Isn't that pretty distinctive? And also, there's things like here, when you transport your new equipment to the farm, it's got these markers that show you where they're going to land. So it's kind of interesting that when you come into there, you don't park on this area if you're going to transport any equipment, because there won't be any place for it to go. So there is that. And the sheds are kind of interesting too. Now, these sheds open a little bit different. I'm going to have to turn my walking speed down a little bit. You have to stand in that square right there. When you stand in the square, this little information comes up. It says that it's empty, and you can open it with the O key. And look how they open. Isn't that sweet? And when it's open, the light comes on. Did you see that? Let's do the other one. I'll show you. Watch for the light. It's cool. It's like bow ties. Bow ties are cool. All right, so you open that up. Watch the light. Sweet. It's pretty cool. I don't know about the outside light. The outside light, it might not come on unless it's dark. But anyway, let me put my speed boots back on. And you got a little shop area here. Both sides open. Now these open like some of the normal ones where you hit the left mouse key, and they open up that way. Where that stairway goes, I don't know. There's a door, but it goes out to where... Oh. No, it doesn't. I don't know where it goes. Where does that door go? Now, that's interesting. Where does that door go? It looks like he's ready to take off as soon as he gets down to the bottom of the stairway, because here's his gym bag. All right, does this go someplace? I don't think so. But it's interesting because it looks... I'm stuck up there. It looks like... Look! What is that? Does this door open? There's a wall there. Is it secret? I gotta find out. I didn't notice this first time I messed around. Well, I can't get in there. What's in there? I'm curious now. That's where the dead bodies are kept. Okay, so you've got a little work area here where you can buy and sell and repair. And if you notice now, he's got his own distinctive little markers. Most of the farms, of course, have these black and yellow markers around things that are import. But this map maker makes his own kind of. And I'll show you when I come across one. And let's see. What do we got here? Okay, we got Satgut Dunger and Fuse Dunger and something else. I can't remember what that is. Satgut are seeds. Dunger, I think, is fertilizer. Oh, he's got it marked. Oh, okay. So this is a sell point? Liquid fertilizer, fertilizer, and seeds. Cool. I didn't realize that that he actually had English translations on there. This is another little barn that you can get into. And we've got, down here we got a lot of parking places. We've got some fuel right there. And what is this exactly? Resources, fuel. Kartoffeln and Wasser, and it makes compost, steamed potatoes. Okay, so Kartoffeln must be potatoes. So fuel, potatoes, and water, and you can get your steamed potatoes. Which brings up a point. What kind of crops do we have on this? Let's take a look. So you've got your wheat, canola, soybeans, potatoes, all the normal stuff, and then we have oats, and we have rye and triticale and hops and onions and spelt, millet, and carrots. So we have a few extra crops. Now that's not all we've got. Those are just the crops that you can put in your fields and stuff. And speaking of fields, you notice that we have 2, 3, 4, and 11. Now 4 I bought. 2 and 3 and 11 come with the farm. And then you have some Weiss's grass. There's a big grass field up here. There's another grass field someplace else. I can't remember where. Where did I see the other grass field? Well, it doesn't matter. I think there's another grass. Oh, no, that's water. No, that's the only one, I think, maybe. But down here you have your forest area. We'll take a look at this in a minute. I do have my helicopter. We can take a quick look over it. And but let's take a look at some of the other crops that we have. Okay, if we get down to the bottom here, or the side, you'll see we've got pallet boards. I'm not sure. That's logs, I think. There's your oats, your spelt, and your dinkel or whatever, and your millet. We have hops for making beer, so you can make beer. There's your carrots and onions. Let's see, I'm thinking that's sugar. Compost. I don't know what the little Twinkie is. We'll find out, and I don't know what that is either, unless that's yogurt or something. We have beer that you can make. Flour, I'm assuming. Baked potatoes, steamed potatoes. There's your pallet boards, pallets, butter, and maybe that's sugar. I don't know what that other thing was. We'll get to it eventually. But you have your tomatoes and your I don't know, is that cauliflower? Lettuce, red cabbage. That might be regular cabbage. Strawberries, raspberries. I'm not quite sure what that is. Something to look forward to. We have your beef and sausage. Sandwiches. I don't know what that is. We'll have to find out. There are cherries, of course, and plums. And mush mixin'. Mush mix, whatever that is. Again, we'll get to that at some point. Okay, so potato washer right there. Then you've got your mixing stations. And this is what I mean. See, he's got these arrows that tell you where to go. That's kind of cool. Distinctive. Very distinctive. And we'll figure out what this is, too. I'm not quite sure. Let's see. This is potatoes steamed and compost. All right. And we're at the end of the farm here. So We'll take a closer look at the other side. We've got more silos here. Now, I'm assuming this is the main farm silo here. This is the Betriebshof. I think Hof is farm. So this is your main farm, that farm, and the Bond farm. And it looks like at this farm we've got quite a bit of stuff stacked up already. So we can go take a look at that when we get our helicopter, which is right there. So let's get this thing started. I happen to be down south in the forest area. And I kind of like that the forest area is all in one spot. So you can do your forestry work here. Take a look at the main map and you'll see I'm way down south. And I'm right at the spot where you would sell your animals. So, and again, as I said, this mod maker makes his own markers. You see the markers that he's got right there. Okay, now that, you heard that little beep? If you look in the right hand corner, you'll see I've got a new mod. It's called Animal Notifications. And it's telling me that my cows need straw and I need to collect the eggs. And it does a little bit of beep beep. Just very subtle. It's not irritating at all. It's a very little subtle beep beep that tells you that there's a notification. And then in a few minutes it'll go away. But normally you'd see those markers on the ground there as the yellow and black markers. And he's kind of made his own. And that's kind of cool. I like that. So let's see. Let's just take... well, I guess we can go either way. So let's just kind of go see what's across the road here. And it looks like maybe a sale point of some kind, or maybe a storage of some kind. I'm not quite sure. Let's see what the sign says. Oh, it's not a sign. Okay, so turn around. Alright, let's just take a look. Alright, I can't handle my helicopter here. There we go. Alright, let's take a look. What is this? Okay, these are seeds. So it must be a seed, and there's seeds in it. That's cool. Alright, this is for fire, I guess. And this is fertilizer. So we do have fertilizer. I kind of like how he put the digital stuff right on the cement there. That's kind of cool. And I don't know why it says 0 there. I'm not quite sure. I guess we put something there and there is actually nothing there. Okay, so if we make fertilizer, we put it there. I guess. I don't know. We'll figure it out. It's all a mystery right now. And that's okay. I like a mystery. I kind of like to figure things out by myself. It's funner that way. Alright, let's continue on. Not get stuck in a tree. Alright, so Duncan loggers. Seed and fertilizer storage is what that is. Logger is storage. I do know that much. Got little bits of some forestry here, and there's a forestry on the other end too. And it's all kind of concentrated right here in this area. Makes it kind of nice. And then we have a beer, which I'm assuming is beer. What's that? Little tavern or something? Who knows? I'll look sometime when I drive this way. Okay, so let's go take a look and see what this is. One of the things I have not done yet is I haven't taken a train ride. And from what I can tell, it looks like he's situated the trains to actually be useful. Okay, so what is this? This is hops. Alright, that's kind of a Octian beer. Hamburg, St. Paul. Cool beans. So evidently we put in water in there and hops in there, and we get beer comes out here, I suppose. What else do we have in here? Okay, something goes here. Wheat and barley. Get your wheat and barley in there, and hops, and pallets. Put your pallets down, and you get pallets of beer, I guess. Either kegs or bottles, maybe. So we'll have to try that out. And I'll show you. There's actually a field for hops. Interestingly enough, it's planted with onions at the moment, because when you start the map, you do not own that field. I bought it because I want a hop field, and I'll show that to you. If you look at the map, it's way over there to the kind of the southwest, field number 21, and we'll look at it before we're done here. But let's see. I tell you what, there's nothing else to see to the southeast, so we'll head southwest, take a further look at the rest of the forestry. I'm kind of anxious to take a train ride because I actually haven't done it yet. And I have to say, I appreciate the subscribers I've got that are sending me stuff like this, because I'm so busy, really. I mean, I know it's hard for a lot of people to take a look at some of these YouTubers and realize that what they do isn't any different than having a real job. And a lot of people think that, oh, they're just sitting around all day playing games. Well, that is part of it. But if you only knew, in this little channel I've got, I've only got 3,000 some subscribers, and I work, 6 to 8 hours a day generally, doing some kind of video or some kind of research, or something related to my YouTube channel. And I'm just small potatoes. Just think about some of these guys that have millions of subscribers. They've got to be working their butts off. It's not that it's just sitting around playing games. It's not that at all. There can be, especially if it's a channel that has any substance to it and any quality to it, it's a lot of work. It really is. And every time I hear somebody complaining to a YouTuber, that, oh, you're just so lazy, all you do is sit around and play games all day, and you complain about it. It kind of starts out that way, but it turns out to be a whole hell of a lot of work. All right, what is this? This is shipping and flour. Okay, so this is this a bread making place? Brat is bread, isn't it? Okay, so you put shipping. What is that? Shipping. Well, you drop flour there, obviously, and then this looks like maybe, I'm not quite sure, but there's a water spout there. What's that for? And what else did we have around here? There was a couple places to drop stuff. Okay, so we have here manufactured delivery, soybeans, wheat, spelt, triticale, and barley go here. Interesting. That's a lot of different products. Okay. And you sell something here. This is the sell point, I guess. But what does it make? Does it make bread? I didn't see where. Interesting. Well, again, it's another thing we'll have to take a look at and see what happens here. What I was looking for was one of them little computer monitors to see if there was something happening here. Oh, right there it is. I'm blind. I just walked right by it. Okay, but it's not showing up though. Why not? Interesting. Well, that's odd. Well, again, it's just something else that we'll have to look forward to and figure out what things are, what they do, and how they work. Okay. I got quite a few new mods that I'm checking out right at the moment. Oh, no, I hit a treetop. So here's your farming area. It's pretty compact. And it looks like we've got a sell point here, maybe. Oh, I see. This is a sugar beet factory. All right, so we got a sugar beet factory, looks like. And it looks pretty typical, just like the other ones we've always seen. There is field 21 that I told you was hops. Now, it doesn't have hops on it right at the moment. But if you notice, it's got all the poles and the vines of a hop field. And if you look at the map, this is actually a small to medium-sized field. But in reality, look how big it is. It's actually quite a good-sized field. If you look at it on the map, it's 21 over there in the southwest. And if you compare it to most of the other fields, you'll notice that it's small to medium-sized. It's not very big. But in reality, it looks like a pretty good-sized field. But it happens to be, pretty close to the train here. And I don't know what the heck this thing is, if it's functional in any way. I'll have to take a look. But see, you can take things to the train here, I think. I'll have to check that out. I hope that's the case. But let's see what this is. This looks like a biodiesel plant. Alright, let's check this out. Okay, so we have a pretty good sized biodiesel plant. That's kind of cool. I can't see what it is. Alright, let's take a look here. Compost and canola, and then you get biodiesel. So you put in canola, and you get compost and fuel. And it's got arrows pointing to where things go, I guess. Must drop your canola here. Man, this is a big plant. It really is. Okay, and then you put your... this is where you get your fuel. Where's the compost go? Come out. Over here? There's your compost. Alright. Cool. Now, here's the thing, though. I'm hoping you can drive under something and get your compost. Because if not, I'm going to have to use my compost man. But we'll worry about that when we get some stuff going here. Whoa! Ooh, I ran right through that. Hey, it opened up. I didn't click that. Or did I? I might have. You never know. Alright, onward we go. I'm out of fuel. Darn it. Alright, where's the nearest fuel? Uh-oh. I'm going to run out of fuel. Let's run up to someplace and grab some fuel here, because I'm about ready to kerplunk onto the ground. Let's kind of go up this way, and hopefully we'll see someplace I can get some fuel. I've only got 2 liters yet left here. This is your place where you buy your equipment, I think. Right here. It's kind of a long ways away from your home. There's a shop there. Oh, there's pallets go there. I'll have to look at that. I don't know what that is. But let's run up and see if we can get some fuel before we run out here. Okay, we'll come back and look at this garden area. This is actually kind of cool too. Let me grab some fuel real quick. I might have to adjust this little thing. It doesn't go very far on a gallon of fuel. There we go. Let's get down there and get some fuel. Basketball court, that's cool. If you're into that sporty thing. Let's see if I can get fuel. Yes, I can. Cool beans. Alright, we'll head back out again. Okay, I want to go back. Well, let's look at this while we're here. This looks like a fuel sale point. This looks like a fuel sale point here. Sale of fuel. If anybody knows what Verkoff is, you can sell that here too. I'm not quite sure what that is, unless it's compost or something. I don't know. I'm not quite sure what that is that sells here. I'm assuming diesel sells here and that stuff sells there. But anyway, yeah, you can sell your fuel that you make, which is kind of cool. Alrighty then, let's head back. This is the town area here, and it looks like it's pretty well done. You got your spinnery, of course, and your bakery right there, and a bunch of little town zombies walking up and down the road. I think it's kind of nice little farm here, our little town here. There's your spinnery, so that's kind of cool. Cool beans. Let's go back and look at the garden. I want to show you. I just love the little special details he's got. Like right there by that pond, you'll see it's a little daub of water. A little, look at that, to show you that you can actually get water out of the pond. See that? Isn't that cool? So you can get your water right here. Gosh, those frogs are loud. Kind of scary. There's a farmer, Mr. Green Jeans, I call him. Mr. Green Jeans there. And of course you have your fruit and vegetables here. We got some strawberries, and they come out here. I don't know how this works for sure, whether you have to pick them up. I think you might. At first I thought that this area right here might have been a sale point, but I am not sure now if that's the case. I'm thinking it comes out here and comes down to the end, and then you're going to have to pick stuff up. But that's okay. I've got a trailer for that. So you got your red cabbage here. You've got your lettuce here, it looks like. We've got tomatoes here, or tomatoes, depending on where you're at. And then we've got your regular cabbage and your strawberries and raspberries here. Now, it looks like you put your water, and again, see the little water drop? Isn't that cool? So you put your water here, and you put your compost, I believe it is. So we've got empty pallets, water, and compost, and then we get pallets of cauliflowers, tomatoes, lettuce, red cabbage, strawberries, and raspberries. Quite the little process here. But anyway, that's kind of cool. Put your pallets here. And then over here is the compost logger. Now, that means that once we start making compost, we can store it here, and then as we need it, we can get it here out of this spout and use it on the farm. That's kind of cool. I like that. Mr. Green Jeans. He scares me though. He's kind of strange. All right, let's head out. Okay, so we've seen that. I'm not quite sure what Edka is, unless that was like that little grocery store, I think, maybe. But I think we've seen it. We've seen the refinery. Let's go straight up here. We'll go straight north, take a look at what's up here past the town. Looks like a dairy up ahead. Yeah, looks like a dairy up here. You take a look at that. As you can see, the fields are really quite good size. And they should be. They're very expensive. They're like, even the small ones, like $3 or $4 million for the fields. Okay, you want to see something cool, though? Take a look at the map. Clear to the east. You'll see from the bottom of the map to the top of the map is #1 field. Look how big that thing is. I think it sells for like $22 million. But it's the size, it's the whole length of the map almost. That's exciting. Get a hold of that one. Okay, so oh, I hear a cuckoo. Oh, that's funny. All right, this must be the dairy here. Oh my God, it gets really loud. I can't remember what other map I used to play that had a cuckoo on it. Alright, so here's the dairy. And we got yogurt. I don't know what that big red mark is. Maybe it's just for show. And we've got manufactured milk. This is where the milk goes, production of milk. I don't know if you noticed, but I did try to start this little flyby in the early morning. I started about 6 o'clock because the last one I did, and there's butter. The last one I did, I had a subscriber. I don't know if she's a subscriber. I had a commenter that asked me, why do people have to do reviews of maps at night? And I was confused because I thought he meant, why do you record at night? Why I thought that, I don't know. But that basically, that's all the commenter said was, I don't know why you YouTubers do a map review at night. Well, I didn't. I put it up at 8 in the morning, but that's not what he meant. And I misunderstood him. And it was my fault. Okay, this is where you sell milk. I misunderstood him. What he meant was, in the game day, I waited till night because I remember at some point during that video, if you go back and watch it, I can't remember which farm it was, but it was just last week. But if you go and watch it, at some point I said, oh, it's getting dark, and I landed the helicopter, and I used my mod that I have to race time on, and I made it daylight because of that. And so I think he got a little bit upset with me because I misunderstood what he was saying. And so this time I decided, well, I better make sure I start in the morning. But here's what happened. I started a new map, and by the time I looked at the map myself, bought equipment, sold equipment, and started the farming and then did the video, it happened to be nighttime. It just took me all day to do that. I mean, game day, that is, to do that. And so this time I did the same thing, except for just before I started recording today, I used that very same mod and raced time on so that it was the next morning, so that it would be bright and sunny for the video, just for you guys. Okay, here's the sandwich place. I'm curious to find out what that's about. I didn't see this the first time I came in here. At any rate, whoever that commenter was, I apologize to him because I misunderstood him. I didn't understand what he was saying. I actually was a little defensive because I thought he was giving me a bad time for recording at night. And I kind of thought, well, how does he know I recorded it at night? Because I did. I recorded it before I went to bed one night, and then I put it up at 8 in the morning. And it's silly me, you know, pig food. Pig food? Pig food? How do you make a sandwich out of pig food? Sandwich. Shipping. Okay. Supposedly maybe you make the sandwiches and then ship them out. Onions. And that's closed, whatever that is. So onions go in here, I guess. And of course, yeah, onions would go on a sandwich, I guess. Then what happened? What is this? Why has that got a thing on it, but it doesn't open up? So I don't know what that is. Alright, so onions. And then what? Okay, onions. And then sausage. Backworn, whatever that is. Butter, that makes sense. Tomatoes. Lettuce. Excuse me. And then that makes a sandwich, I guess. I guess. Well, but what's the pig food? That I do not understand. What has to do with pig food? But anyway, that's kind of interesting. All right, here. This is what I was looking for right here. Let's see what it says. All right, it says lettuce, butter, bread, onions, tomatoes, sausage, and it makes pig food and sandwiches. Interesting. But I didn't say a spot for the bread. Where does the bread go? Unless Unless that's bread right there, back Warren. Maybe that's bread. I thought bread was brought, but anyway, there is that. Okay, I'm running out of time here. It's not my fault. I really kind of have been enjoying this map, and so I'm kind of excited about looking at it. Okay, the Fetterhof is a horse ranch, and there's actually quite a few horses on it. I don't know if there's anything you can do on it for sure. I don't know what a Rasco is, but it looks like some kind of a sell point. What is this? I'm not quite sure what this is, but obviously there's something made here. Is this another, what is this? What is this? Okay, there's a water spout there. Pallets. Okay, pallets go there. Oh, here we go, here we go. Alright, so flour and carrots and onions and what is that? Steamed potatoes and tomatoes all go here. Alright, so what does it produce though? Meat goes there. Steaks or something, maybe? I don't know. Is this just a sell point? This might just be a sell point. Now, wait a minute. There's some pallets there, but it doesn't say anything. Alright, well, this is interesting. What is this now? Albaden? Burrow? Okay, I don't know what that means. You'd think I'd start learning German from playing all these maps, wouldn't you? I don't even speak American. We went through that again. Oh, here we go. What comes out here? Pig food. Okay, it makes pig food again. Everything gets made into slop, I guess. Okay, so you got empty pallets, steamed potatoes, meat, tomatoes, carrots, onions, water, flour, and it makes whatever Erasco is and pig food. So I don't know what that is. Is that a TV dinner? Have no clue. Moving onward. I'm running out of time. I can't believe it took me this much time. Well, that's because I like the map. When I like a map, I want to take a real close look at it. If I don't like a map, you do a 5-minute video and say, okay, that was it. Anything else, look at it for yourself there. There's the sandwich place. We already kind of looked at that. Baker Muse, I don't know what that is. There's an export place. I'm assuming this is kind of like the port area right there. And then whatever that thing is, I don't really know. Did we look at that already? Muesli mix. What in the heck is that? That looks like a beer place there. I'm not sure what that is. We're gonna have to come back and look at that. I don't know what it is. Bottom line is there's a lot of production on this map, and it looks like there's a lot of stuff there. So we'll have to look at that. And then this is what? Just a, I don't know what this is either. Man, there's just so many factories here. And I'm not quite sure what that is. But it says sandwich again. Did we already look at that? We already looked at that. Never mind. I think we did. That's the same place. And the only thing I have left to look at is up by the farm. We'll look at the main farm. We started out the south. I'm running out of time here. I may go a little bit over just to finish this little tour over. I really wanted to get to farming, but amazingly, it took me 45 minutes to look at everything, and I don't think I have seen everything. And it's a very small farm. It's not even a 4K farm. It's just a normal sized farm as far as I can tell. I didn't even get a chance to look at the roads or anything. Okay, so this is the farm. The tail end that I didn't show you is right here. Down below me is the compost maker. So we have our own compost maker on the end of the farm. I'm not quite sure what that big swimming pool thing is. And the reason why I'm not sure is because there's another one over there that actually has slurry in it. So I don't know if that's a second slurry tank or if it's a slurry storage or maybe a sell point for slurry. I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out. This is your pig farm right here. There's water right there with that windmill. And then we've got something here that gets made and sold. I think that's the sheep farm, so that must be a wool. So your wool pallets get made. By the way, when you start the farm, you do have sheep and cattle, but you don't have pigs yet. So you have to buy your own pigs. And then this is the part of the farm where we actually just left off. So see, there's the slurry tank right there. So I'm not exactly sure unless the pigs and the sheep, or the pigs and the cows, have a separate slurry tank, and that's probably it. One last thing before I go is up in the very northeast corner. I haven't been up there yet, and I certainly haven't shown you everything. I didn't even take a train ride yet. This area right here, this great big field right here is all grass. This is all grass. And as you see, I had a thing down there I was getting ready to start cutting grass with. But one pass on this, you're going to have enough grass to last you quite a while. So it's a pretty good sized field. And so anyway, if I'm sounding kind of excited, it's because I kind of like this map. I really want to farm it. And I don't really want to record it. I want to farm it because I have more fun when I'm not talking. No, not really. I have a lot of fun when I make my videos. My wife gets so upset with me because she doesn't watch all my videos, but she watches me make them. And she listens to me, and she does watch every once in a while. I say, hey, you got to watch this one because you won't believe what I did. And she'll say, people must think you're an idiot. I said, why? And she says, because you're running around, running into trees and goofing up and making mistakes all the time. She says, that's not like you. I said, I know, but it's fun. And I told her, I said, well, the reason why a lot of people that make these videos, they screw up all the time, but they don't show you that. They fix it or they do it over, or, you know, they don't show you those things. That's the fun part for me. Just goofing around. I'm just goofing around, having fun. Oh, this must be like a garden center. Oh, you got your bales over here. That's kind of cool. So this must be like a garden center right here. I don't know if this is functional. I don't believe it is. But I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. This could very well be functional. I don't really know what it is, though. I don't know what the hell kind of plant that is. Is that marijuana? Are they growing marijuana on this? I don't know. The last thing is over here, whatever this is. And it might be another little farm area. You do have several of these things around. There's one on your main farm. There's one here. And there's actually fuel in this thing. Anyway, so that's kind of cool. And I don't know what this is. Though these are storage garages only for vehicles and attachments. When the gate is closed, disappear the vehicles from the vehicle list. Are reloaded when opened, which causes a small ruckler. What? That's funny. I don't know what that means. So you put your vehicles in there and they're now no longer in your vehicle list? That's odd. I wonder what that's all about. I wonder if this is a storage place or a sell. This might be a sell point for slurry. I hate saying the word slurry. You know why? Because to me, every time I hear a slurry, I think of a Mr. Misty slushy drink. And then when I realize that it's liquid poo-poo, I think, oh, I used to like slushies. Okay, this is must be a sale point for grass. I don't know. Let's see. Okay, you put grass in here and dry grass window. What? Oh, you put grass in here and you get dry grass. Okay, so this is a grass dryer. Now, see, that's what you'd use a tedder for. If you're remember, there was, and there still is, there's a thing called a tedder. And what you used to do when you cut hay or grass, if you cut grass to make hay, it's moist because it's alive. It's got a lot of water in it. If you bale it straight away, it's gonna get hot, and it's gonna like turn into like silage. It's gonna be hot. There's gonna be spontaneous combustion in your barn, all that kind of stuff. So what you do is you cut your grass, and then you use a tedder to spread it out and dry it before you bale it. And at least that's the way we used to do it. But anyway, that's going to bring an end to my quick little tour here. I hope you had fun. I know I was excited, and you probably couldn't understand a word I said. But that's okay. I had fun. And I hope you enjoyed the map. If you want to play it, it'd be certainly a good one to play, I think. It looks like the map maker put a little bit of himself in it, and there's a lot of details and some cool different kinds of things. I don't know where I left my helicopter. There it is. But I'm going to head back to the farm, and it's late at night for me. It's Saturday night. I'm going to try to get this done and up in the morning so you can watch it. And hopefully if that happens, I might even do a live stream on it Sunday, tomorrow. And that's going to be August 26th. Hopefully, if I'm feeling okay. I've hurt my back, and I've been kind of flat on my back for the last couple of days. And I've been able to do a lot of work. But hopefully I'll have time to do that. Anyway, again, I hope you had fun. If you did, give it a like. Share it with a friend. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't. And I'll either see you on the farm in a video or in a live stream fairly soon, I hope. Thanks for watching. I appreciate all of you. And happy farming.